Hello and welcome to episode 9, The Path of Destruction. Exploring Glow, the TV show, which is now putting its hand to events. And of course, we're playing the 1988 mod from TEW9. And thank you for joining us today. As we left off, yes, the Crusher had died. We are halfway through February. How do you pronounce it? And if you're American, February? February. I don't know, I'm putting a bit of an accent on, but however you pronounce it, we are here in the month of February, and we are we're at a better loss, let's say. We're still looking for the ways that we're going to try and make some money. How are we going to make some money? Upon intriguing matches, interesting characters, like cool angles, get the storylines rolling, and also keep it the spirit of Glow, but move it on so it's ready for the 90s. And I'm not talking like 90s WWF wrestling, we're thinking like 90s Japan wrestling. I mean, we're not going to get there straight away. It's going to be a gradual journey, but I hope you're with us on this journey. So building up for, in 12 days' time, Path of Destruction. I'm having a few thoughts about how, look, little Fiji is the character here on the screen. Let's read this one. She had no wrestling skill whatsoever. Her sole purpose behind stimulating the hormones of teenage males was to take a beating every week from the bad girls in order to have her sister save her. I mean, are we not doing it true to life? I've got some mail here, let's check. Beastie has been hired on a handshake deal. Well, let's just check on the events, because that's what you can do. When you get a wrestler which is straight away like hired for another company, you can check on the events, click on availability. You can see who is clashing with who and when. And it doesn't look like the WWC, who are a wrestling company based out of Puerto Rico, it doesn't look like they have any events scheduled right now, which is fine by me. WWC, what was that one? I can't find it here. WWC. Let's see what comes up here if we go up. Because you can see the shorthand there at the top. I can't find it. Capital Sports Promotions, also known as WWC. And you can see they have just hired Beastie. And they don't seem to have any shows going on. They've got no current results. So they're just building a roster of people which they're never going to use. I had some thoughts today. Before we get to Path of Destruction, we are going to have the Fatal 4-Way main event. And I'm looking at what has been successful in the past for us at Glow. What have been the things that have made us stand out? And it's the singles matches are not really cutting it, but multi-person matches seem to raise. I think what they do for multi-person matches, if they're 4-ways or tags or 6-man tags, they seem to raise the lowest level. So whoever's the worst wrestler on the thing, it raises their level, and it gives it a good average. Plus the star quality thing, I think people like that more. So I think the Hollywood feud. So Hollywood is feuding with Mount Fiji. Hey, there we go. I said it right, Mount Fiji. And I think they are both they've had singles matches, they're being involved, obviously trying to save little Fiji now and again. But I think, if we look here, this tag match, the multi-person got 51. And this event, we're not going to put any bones about it, this has to succeed. Otherwise, we're going to have to kind of get rid of the entire roster, try and cancel the TV show, and just run events. So I'm thinking Hollywood is going to be on the heel side of team captain and have a Survivor Series type of match. It's 1988. It's the era that Survivor Series actually started up in this time. So Hollywood is going to be the captain of the bad girls, and then Mount Fiji is going to get a stable of the good ones. And I'm thinking the tag champions there are going to be on Fiji's side, maybe Beastie and Spike, and a couple of the other more prominent women are going to be on the heel side. So in one match, because we know we've got limited amount of matches we could do, this is a a type of show which needs to have, let's have a look, 60% of matches on events. So we get more than we get on a TV show. It's important to check this as well if you're uncertain with your style, with your core product. And so TV matches, obviously 40, 60, we've kept at that. There's been a lot of angles. And that's switched on its head then for 60-40 though. But of course, maybe 4 to 5 matches. And we have, how long do we have to fill out for this event? Glow, Path of Destruction. So 2 hours. So it's going to be a longer show, and we're going to have more matches. But then again, we have wrestlers to use. We know 6-person tag matches work well. In this case, it's going to be a 10-person tag, and we can have a longer time. So therefore, hopefully, my theory, we'll see if it works. We'll see if it works on this show. Skip ahead and see if I'm this happy still later on. Because I think a six-man tag or a 10-person tag is the way to go. So, twin billing or a tag team, Virgil and Iron Mike Sharp. I don't think twin billing will be winning very much. Dick Murdoch and Ivan Koloff are having an argument. I don't know where to call that one. I say if Dick Murdoch's drunk, maybe he's going to win that one. Ric Flair and Rachel McLish. I don't know who Rachel McLish is. Ric Flair is getting in trouble with the ladies. I think about Ric Flair sometimes. So Ric Flair, I wonder if he's ever done an ancestry test. I've got a reason for saying this. I've got a theory here. So he is adopted. Like, not just like his father was this, he was adopted with both his parents. Read his autobiography and any kind of documentaries. His parents, his dad was a doctor. His mum also had like a high-class job. I'm not sure what it was. And they adopted him when he was about 1 year old, I think, or 2. And he has no idea who his real parents are. So, there's somebody who has such wrestling skill as Ric Flair. He must, there's got to be relatives who he has. I think if you look at someone like Ricky Morton, I think facially and wrestling-wise, I think genetically, does wrestling translate? It's kind of what I want to get to. Does Ric Flair, is there a possibility that he has relatives who are in the wrestling business? Now, I'm not talking about David Flair or, rest in peace, Reid Flair. Charlotte, of course, is at the top of her game. But I'm thinking the generations before. So did he have other brothers and sisters who also got put up for adoption? And he would have had relations of his biological parents having brothers and sisters and then having children. Did any of those children get into the wrestling business? It's kind of like a genetic experiment I'd like to do. Like every single wrestler does an ancestry test. And then we find out that Buddy Landel is actually related to Ric Flair. Road Warrior Animal has a new catchphrase. So, I wonder what it is. It's not going to be what a rush. What would it be? And their heads will flush. Maybe that's the catchphrase. We still haven't decided Jim Cornette's new catchphrase. I wonder what that would be. And it's like, I'm going to put that tennis racket where the sun don't... No. But it wouldn't be, because he's a babyface in our one. We've got the 2 sides of it. We've got the Jim Cornette on the face authority side. And then you got Raven as the young, brash manager, filling the role kind of that Jim Cornette had before. And here we go. Where are we now? Godiva is hired by TEW. And that's fine, as long as they're not running on the same nights. If she gets better skill by working another promotion, as long as she doesn't get injured, if she gets like a skill increase, I don't see any problem with that. Because Godiva is one of the people, she's not bad at wrestling. We've done the new gimmick. I can't remember, did that get a good rating or not? We'll just check that now quickly. All things are happening there for Rick Rude. Godiva. Oh, it got poor. That's a shame. We'll tweak the gimmick. We've tweaked it once. Just a look on the news there quickly. The new locker room leader is Pedro Morales. And also Chief Enforcer is Rick Rude. Okay, the new stable in the WWF. Have you heard of it? It's called The Pride. It consists of Ted DiBiase, Axis Mash, and Virgil. Apparently Virgil's new tag team partner, Iron Mike Sharp, he was not invited to the dance. And Bruce Hart is annoying everybody at Stampede. Let's see what was their main event. Bad News Allen defeated Brian Pillman. Seems good. Davey Boy and Owen, what a tag team there. I don't know who Team Optimal is. Johnny Smith, Dirty Dan Denton. Johnny Smith, what a guy. Port Erin, Isle of Man. God, is there any other famous wrestlers from Port Erin, Isle of Man? I'm not sure. It's a small place. Bruce Hart. You've heard the stories of Bruce Hart. Vince McMahon did not want to bring him in for anything. And they were doing the brothers feuding in the WWF in the early 90s. He's like, I've had so many bad experiences with Bruce Hart, I don't want to bring him in. And Brett was like, yeah, I understand you, don't bother bringing him in. And apparently caused a rift between them, like, for a while. Shawn Michaels, what belt did he win? Breaking news from the AWA. The World Light Heavyweight title has been captured by a young Shawn Michaels. I kind of want to see their super card here. 1,500 fans. It was a sellout. But seriously, that's not a lot of people. This is the dying days of the AWA. We've got show rating of 55. Okay. What do we have here? Okay, Vivian Vachon defeated Mina the Headhunter. Nice. And Jerry Saggs is wrestling for the light heavyweight title here. Maybe he was a bit slimmer in his younger days. Okay. Leon Spinks, former, was he a world champion? I remember seeing him in the ECW. He was always like in the crowd because I think he's a Philadelphia native, but it's like the big gap in the front where his teeth used to be. And they never used him for angles and stuff. I think he was a bit of a punch-drunk kind of fella. Okay, Ashley Cartier has changed body type from skinny to toned. And that's interesting. I wonder if that will increase her star quality as a rating. And here we go, a 0.05, and again, just under 40,000 people watching. We're consistent, as you could say that. And now the rest of the world, the people who are not in the arena, are getting to see and follow the stories of what is happening at Glow. So check Ashley Cartier very quickly here. Track progress. It's a bit too early to see any progress here. Star quality 61, it says. Sex appeal 89. But I mean, toned, does that affect as much as we think? I'm not sure. I mean, hopefully it will do. There's Ricky Knight, father of Paige, dressing up as Road Warrior Animal there. No, it's not Halloween. That's just kind of what they did for Gimmicks. Back in the late 80s, early 90s, people dressed up as the things that you could see on WWF television, because that was infiltrating the UK at the time. And if you could put like the Road Warrior gimmick on and have that on a poster, you could sell tickets to that. I'm not sure. The quality of wrestling maybe wasn't that great. Brad Armstrong is having an argument. Bob Armstrong is promoted in PWA. Okay. Rugged Ron Garvin. He is a rugged son of a gun. The man with the hands of stone. And he was a former NWA World Heavyweight Champion. He had that run with Ric Flair. I've seen a couple of those matches. There's not going to set the world on fire. I don't even know if there was any of their matches on the Best of Ric Flair. Maybe they had one of theirs. Okay. This could be an issue. Is AWA, are they still handing out written contracts? They wouldn't do to... No, they're not. They're not having written contracts, but Mount Fiji could be going to the AWA. That makes me think we've got a lot of talent in our roster, a lot of wrestlers who we could be using in different ways to kind of get them over, because other promotions are looking to bring them in. And I do have a look over and see, okay, who wrestled who. Vivian Vachon wrestled Mina the Headhunter, but their match is not getting high ratings either. The only one you can see, at least in North America, is the WWF having high ratings. Moondog Spike. Look at the Moondogs. I've got an idea now. Let's look at the backstage, because everybody's got really low locker room morale. We need to improve that somehow. So it's abysmal. Could we add something here? Catering is provided. No. Transport is organized. Okay. Okay, so the backstage rules are having a positive effect on morale. Again, we're going to have to pay something to have catering, but I think we definitely should do. We'll see if that is going to help anything at all. I've got a fear that it might be too little too late. And it's like living and learning. If you have not done a 4-show pay-per-view, like a 4-show run of TV all in one go, I'd have no idea it was going to affect the morale every single show and not have anything, not be able to change anything in that. That was the kind of problem there. Billy Jack Haynes versus Billy Robinson now. Yeah, him with the amount of steroids he was taking at the time, and he's crazy as a loon right now. At the time, he was a kind of a wild man as well, but of course he'd get into a fight with anybody. And the man you do not want to be getting in a fight with, even at this age, is Billy Robinson. So let's see how that one goes. The new leader of Ishingun is Bruiser Brody. The next event scheduled for GLOW is Path of Destruction. And when is that on? It's on tonight. Okay, let's just look at the finances just a bit quickly here. Okay, so we are only at a minus of $10 so far. The workers are a lot less. Show costs are down. Let's see if this works. Let's go to GLOW.
I heard the headhunter attacked her psychiatrist.
Yeah, she shrunk her strength. This is a tag.
So we have made it to Path of Destruction. Might be time to do a new logo as well for that one. If we keep this event going, again, this is our series season finale right now. So out of desperation, if the company wouldn't survive another month or two. Otherwise, we'd have something like Glow-A-Mania, but cooler. That's the name of our season finale. And we'll see. We'll look at that in the future. Give the night off. I think we'll put the cross on that one. We need every wrestler on the card. Tonight's venue. There we go. Okay, expected attendance is 476 fans. This may be what we need. Just venues only. This may be what we need to actually get us out of the red. So I think we put a good amount of price on these tickets. They're premium tickets. It's the big live event. So we could be at that one, the Riviera, of course, where we've been at, but then we would definitely have to tell 76 fans to leave, but we'd have a sellout. Alternatively, the Leon Ridge Theater in Tucson, Arizona. Still the same game area, still Southwest. But then we can get nearly a sellout. I'm thinking this one. The costs very much outweigh the costs outweigh the what's it called, the expenditures. No, yeah. We're looking to gain a benefit, a net profit. Again, no creative energy, and that's a shame. Locker room incidents. Okay, this could be anything now. MTV was brought before the wrestlers' court and accused of not joining the wrestler locker room for a night out. The judge, Ashley Cartier, found her guilty as charged and sentenced her to buy drinks for the rest of for the entire locker room for the rest of the show. Hey, it's a big locker room. I'm not saying that the big drinkers. Well, some of them are. I did see MTV on an interview recently. She was a bit piddled. And it got a small positive impact. Great. Zelda, you are on thin ice, Zelda. You've got no charisma, you've got no look, you've got no wrestling skill, nobody likes you. And you didn't shake someone else's hand. I mean, did she just accidentally turn up in the wrestling business one day? I mean, was she trained? Who knows? And Vicky, again, yeah, she's getting in trouble as well. This tag team is not going to go very far at this rate. Want to be separated after a heated argument. Amy, the farmer's daughter, and Tara have bonded recently, and they're all on the babyface side of things, so they're all friends. I mean, I'm guessing they're all friends. They all hang out in real life as well. Glow is just the backdrop for their real lives, you know? They live a completely different kind of real life, and then they come to Glow and have the matches, and then they keep going back, but they're still the farmer's daughter, and they're still like the Beverly Hills fashion icons. In a role as a morale officer, Beastie tried to bring Amy the farmer's daughter in. There's a backstage team building, but only succeeded in annoying her. I think with the backstage as it is right now, despite the free catering. I mean, with this kind of roster, the free catering may only lead to food fights. We'll see. And again, the Colonel was not happy with Beastie and irritated the morale officer's team building efforts. Like, Beastie maybe is not the one to do team building. And again, it's Palestina is not happy with Beastie. And again, Scarlett is not. And Zelda had a clash with Beastie. I could see that clash going like this. They're the one that fell down of Zelda. Oh my lord. Okay. The backstage is terrible. Slap on wrist for Mina there. Yes. Okay, a lot of locker room incidents, and most of them negative. Let's inspire. So you may address the assembled locker room before a show, and this is one you can do different things when it is an event. So we've got to try and inspire them. Again, we are throwing everything at this show and hopefully going to do something. The entire locker room is now fired up and buzzing with anticipation. Let's go to the show. We've got one show pre-booked for the event, which is that one. So when you've got a pre-booked segment, it ends up down here in yellow. Booking analysis, which always is very good to have a look at. But the pre-booking, we will add to booking sheet. And here we can modify it. So staff, we've got Scotty and Jim there on commentary. Brilliant road agent, brilliant referee there, and Dennis Stamp. He's been working extra hard on his trampoline this week, I believe, to make this so he can get down for those 2 counts extra quick and then back up. It's an important task. We have Ashley Cartier, the Colonel, Ninochka, Spanish Red, Tina Ferrari. A very good cross-section of all the roster here. We want it to be Steal the Show. It is pinfall only. So we can choose in which order people get eliminated. So the baby faces get up. The first elimination, Spanish Red. The second elimination, Tina Ferrari, leaving a one-on-one situation with the Colonel and Ashley Cartier. Fighting it out. So they're the last 2 in this match. And the third elimination, therefore declaring the winner, will be the Colonel. So we can put the victor as Ashley Cartier. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, we are going to get a new champion. Added to the booking sheet. There we go. 17 minutes for our main event of the evening. 6 minutes backstage interview. Jim Cornette with the Colonel. And she's in a feud with Tina Ferrari, so we want Ninochka about Tina. I don't think she's going to say very many positive things. But as the champion, she's got the right to, she's got the right to voice her opinion. Babe, the farmer's daughter. Who else have we got? We put Ashley Cartier in the video as well, with Spanish Red. Spanish Red. Or should we just use the girls from the match? Yeah, let's do that actually. The Colonel, Ashley, Spanish, and Tina. Subject of the video. But we'll do sex appeal for each and every one. Hype for our main event. You need to... Oh, of course. This is the thing I've forgotten. You need to be being broadcast. This show isn't being broadcast. Of course. Oh, that's interesting. So we need to have... So we can't use any kind of... Let's see. We have to have high production values to have a big screen in the arena. Otherwise the fans have no way of seeing the content. They could do a promo in the ring. The girls in the main event get a few minutes each to rap in the ring. Live. A la the video segments, but exclusively for this crowd. So the good thing is it's not going to go out live on television. Bad thing is it's live and there's only one chance. Okay, this is interesting. So we can't, all the live skits we have to do live. Okay. Stare down in the ring. It's got anything backstage either because no one will be able to see it, right? Hollywood. Mount Fiji. There you go. Stare down from Fiji and Hollywood. Okay, so in the ring, do we want to have someone else involved? I love Scotty there as well, just messing around. Comic relief. Yeah. So before the 10-woman elimination tag match, both team captains exchange words and pick their teammates. So we are actually under the 60% number now. Can you believe that? So both elimination matches today. Okay, so major stars well known on the babyface side, who are not booked already, of course. Fiji, then I want the tag team champions, Scarlett and Tara. They're going to back her up. And maybe Amy and Sally, the farmer's daughter. And on the heel side, we have Hollywood as the team captain there. Beastie, Spike, Palestine the terrorist, and Attaché. So it's a very... oh, she won't be in our candy match. It's okay, we'll do a storyline. So if we look here, we have got a motley crew of wrestlers here. So all the blonde girls here with Mount Fiji as the captain versus Hollywood, Beastie, Spike, Palestine the Terrorist, and Attache. It's going to be a barn burner, this one. 10 minutes, again, storytelling based. Got a huge main event victory for Ashley Cartier, taking it home for the girls. Hollywood, tainted victory. So we're going to have a heel. A heel's going to win. Botched interference. Who could it be? No. Is it going to be Little Fiji costing a big sister the match? Is that going to be the story we're going to tell? I think it is. So Fiji's going to be there, going to try and help out. But it doesn't work. It does not work. She ends up costing the entire team the match at the end. Shock horror. And a pole match. So we've got the match here that we've talked about, that we've been hyping up now for a while. What do we have? Where do we find something on a pole match? Do we have to make this one? A weapon on a pole match? We could create this one, I suppose. Lingerie. Add new match. By copying lingerie. And we're going to add a pole. There we go. So this is how you create the matches. So headdress on a pole. The ceremonial. No. The, I don't know, Native American headdress is suspended on a pole on one of the corners. Okay, so we still want it to be, I think we can increase that to low. 1-on-1, minimum fed size. All this is good, yes. So how do you get the finish in this one? Item retrieval. Pole, where's the pole? Do we need weapons? We could have weapons. Okay, headdress and a pole match. There we go. Well, we need the competitors. Who are we going to have? Who is going to wrestle in this match? I want my MTV. Where's MTV? Is she already wrestling? Oh, there she is. I keep forgetting she's called Melody Trouble Vixen. And she's going to fight Cheyenne Cher. Look at the storyline there. So we've got the Colonel there, and their storyline has not been, it's not been the best. Of course it's not. We'll have a short match here. Eye candy scripted beforehand. Cheyenne Cher retrieves the item. There we go. And I think this is going to end their feud and the storyline. Cher and MTV. So this one is going to come to a thrilling conclusion. Post-match. Cheyenne Cher cutting a promo. Cher celebrates with the fans. So she's got a new headdress. Wearing her new headdress. She celebrates with the fans. Then we're going to have a promo beforehand, or a little bit of an interview maybe. In the ring, interview. Got a chance to get some heat as well. Melody. Of course she's going to want to talk about this. MTV shares her thoughts. On share. This sounds like it'll be something completely different. Okay, so we've got that one. Hype for the main event. 60% match, 63. And we've got 27 minutes more, which is really good actually. It's more than I thought we'd have at this point. And we've got some major stars that we've not used yet. So that's a good tag team here. California Doll is a babyface. Godiva is a heel. They could face against each other. Okay. So, well known or star. California Doll and Godiva. And they're entertaining. Match is scripted. Well, we're on our big event now. Let's have a look at some of the different matches. Domo de Muerto. Okay, we're not going to have any hardcore matches. Catch as catch can. I don't think that they can. Search. It doesn't say here if you can make it an eye candy style match. Nevertheless, and what can we find here? Sin City Super Soaker. While two women compete, people with water cannons, buckets of water surround the ring, and they're allowed to soak each. I mean, that's not very classy, is it? So we'll do that one because it's Lady Godiva here, but the California Doll is going to get the victory. Can we have anything fun on this one? Since we are on the main show. Put Scotty the Body at ringside here for an idea I've got later on. Could we add worker Godiva? Align with Scotty the Body. So if we put them in that one, so we've got Scotty and Godiva now, and he's at the side there. California gets the win. Then we can say Scotty and Godiva. With Jim as their announcer. Scotty reveals a relationship with Godiva. So, fascinated with her recent change of attitude and freedom of expression with her body, Scotty the Body reveals that they are now an item. So there we go. Scotty the Body is now in a relationship with Godiva because they had the interview. That's had her coming out party, as it were, last week there. 12 minutes more. Okay. And yes, a match and then another match. Maybe something to open up the crowd. Got a couple of singles matches, a lot of gimmick matches, a straight tag match. We've got major stars, and they are both heels, and they are headhunters. Mana and Mina. Babe the Farmer's Daughter, and I don't know who could use here. Who's the best of the rest? I really do not want to use Zelda. I know she's on the roster here. I probably should do. That will be fine. Mana will get the victory. Then we'll do that to lift the crowd instead of eye candy. It's good to do that at the start of the show. Lift the crowd, but a clean victory. It's good to have a clean victory as your first match of the show. Kind of educate the audience, like this is how a match goes. It's good guys or bad guys. The good guys aren't always going to win, and the bad guys, like sometimes they're just going to win. I mean, the good guys are just not going to be good enough. Cartier, Spanish Red. Okay, we've got a lot of angles and stuff. We need more. So 6 minutes in the ring. Contract signing, stare down, interview. Cutting a promo. Beastie. Spike. What else could we have? Yeah, Palestina and Atache. Against all the baby faces. Heel girls rap about the tag champs. So they're going to get in the ring. Obviously, this is foreshadowing because they're going to be in the 10-person tag later on. The heel girls gets on the microphone and rap, growl about how much they hate the goody two shoes tag champions plus the farmers' daughters, who clearly are repressed and have a lot to hide. Again, that's an opinion of them. Let's have a look. What else can we do here? So we've got the show can be 90 to 150 minutes. We have any other wrestlers we want to use in a singles capacity. See, we're quite bare bones now that we haven't got anything here. We know that Havana is not that good. I mean, she's just not. Zelda's terrible. Little Fiji's involved in an angle. I've got Mika the Headhunter. Okay. So for our main show, for the main bulk of the show, it's already 12 segments. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 matches. Sort of perfect for a 2-hour show. 5 big matches. Again, we do not have video screens, so we can't do angles in between. What we can do though, let's do one pre-show match. Mika the Headhunter. I think it's worth using that. So Fiji and Zelda. So that means we're not going to use Zelda whatsoever on the show, and I think that's reasonable. Mika the Headhunter, victory there, work the crowd, and a clean victory. Pinfall. Just establish that that's what's going to happen. And it's going to be a dominant victory. But yeah, we are ready here for the show. I'm very interested to see how it goes. So no video angles. Longer matches. This was 13 minutes, that's 15. 17 minutes here. Gimmicky matches, again, that's with our product type, that might bring about some bonuses. Again, we'll see. I think Low Locker and Morale is going to put a constant downslide on the entire show. But our ratings have been not bad, and if the show is successful and we make money, then we'll just see what the next step is. Are you going to join me for the next step? Here we go.
I'll push you to the floor, drop you to the mat. I'll kick you in the head as easy as that. Be scared of me from head to toes. Remember me, I'm Broadway Rose.
Insanity, not vanity, is a force that drives her mind, you see. At times she drifts into a daze, then suddenly she's in a craze.
And we are live for Path of Destruction in front of 480 people in Arizona. It's the biggest crowd that we've had, and they're here to see what we're going to do tonight. The main event has been announced. It is going to be a 4-way elimination match for the G.L.O.W crown. We're also going to see a tag team match with 2 captains, both with a team of 5 each. A headdress and a pole match. There's also rumours of a Sin City Soccer match, whatever that would be. But before the main show starts, while you're still buying your merchandise, get your G.L.O.W t-shirts here. They have a quick announcement here. Mika the Headhunter's in the ring. And Little Fiji is coming out. Is she going to provide much of a challenge for the crazy Headhunter? The answer is no. With the crowd expectant simmering, we're just seeing a little thing here. Hopefully Mika got off some big moves to show like, wow, what's going to happen next. And here we go. Got a 29. For the pre-show, as long as everything else stays above 29, I think we'll be okay. Let's start the show proper. And the heel girls are getting down to the ring here. And they're going to be rapping, growling, doing a promo about how they hate the Goody Two Shoes Tag Team Champions and the Farmer's Daughters, who are clearly repressed and have a lot to hide. The crowd is simmering here. They're just waiting. This isn't exactly what they wanted to see, but it's good enough. The first match of the evening proper, we have the Headhunters, this time Mana and Mina, defeating Babe the Farmer's Daughter and Vicky Victory. And Victory here, continuing on with her really poor levels here. 16. I think this might be her last event. I can't keep her around anymore, her and Zelda. It's a shame. So subpar wrestling. But the Headhunters, we had Babe and Vicky Victory. So you'd argue that with all the victories they're getting, they should be in line for another shot at the Tag Team Championships. And of course, another wrestler's eternal gimmick. Do you want to continue without addressing this? No. Of course, we're going to do a new gimmick here, and she's going to be... They'll think she's Shirley Temple. Let's change the gimmick. If it gets an amazing rating, we'll see. She thinks she's Shirley Temple. Got an initial rating of great. Okay, and this can give her a small boost to star quality during matches and angles. We may be not firing Vicky Victory straight away because I'm intrigued to see how this works. Okay. In a poor 6-minute interview. You see, this is why this match is not the main event. So MTV on the microphone with Jim Cornette, and she's telling you all the things she hates about Shea and Cher, and things she hates about the Native American culture. I think we should just remove all history. I mean, America is a country not built on history. It's built on the youth. It's built on the new. It's built on revolution. So we should destroy everything about the previous culture and just focus on MTV and all the new things that we're doing. And about that had fantastic heat at Decent Wrestling. We've got the highest rating of the show so far. California Doll defeated Godiva in a Sin City Super Soaker match. And again, this is Arizona. We're not in Los Angeles, Las Vegas even. We're a few states over in Arizona, where the lack of water may be a concern. But they had a good match. The California Doll got a 46. And she defeated Godiva, which I'm thinking now, the California Doll, with these kind of matches, and so this is kind of a gimmicky kind of match, eye candy based, obviously. But straight wrestling she's quite good at as well. So with these two things and her charisma, maybe use her on a few more angles, she's definitely looking to be at the top of the card. Fascinated by a recent change of attitude and freedom of expression with her body, Scotty the Body reveals that they are now an item. So here we go. So post-match, California Doll defeated Godiva, and Scotty comes to console her after the match, and Jim Cornette's like, what is going on with you two? Like, why are you obsessed with this woman? And then Scotty's like, oh, but we've gone on a couple of dates, and we'll be sharing a motel room after the match. So Scotty and Godiva are now a couple. And the girls in the main event, they get a few minutes to go to the ring live, a la the video segments, but exclusively for this crowd. The crowd heat at the end is simmering, so nothing is kind of pushing the crowd over the level of like, okay, we're extremely excited to see this. This is not a white hot crowd situation. But 30, again, average. I'm glad the match we had previously was better. In a decent match, okay, these two have been working hard to get these low ratings. On a headdress on a pole match. Again, Vince Russo is not booking this stuff. This is me booking. And Shane Cher reclaimed her culture, reclaimed her history, reclaimed every part for every single person in the audience here. And the segment that advanced, this one gained heat, but also we ended the storyline. And when you end storylines, and again, it's a thing that you can have them running for a long time. But when you end, you sometimes get a boost that it's something happens at the end. And because you've got momentum swings, which is also like a heat meter. And again, the levels of these ones haven't been so much, so I don't expect it to influence it too much. Like Shane Cher is not going to be now catapulted to the main event. Even though in the previous match, California Doll wasn't in any kind of angle, I'd say that her high ratings and interest from the crowd means that she's someone who we should use in storylines soon. And Shane Cher, she got the headdress on and is now celebrating with the fans. Again, nothing too much happening, got a 23. And I'm thinking from this point on in the show, we need every rating to be sort of like over a 40. Is it going to happen? Not bloody likely, but we'll see. At least the match is hopefully over 40s to kind of save the show overall. Before the 10 women elimination tag bout, both team captains exchange words, and they will pick their teammates. Again, Scary the Body was there doing some comedy. And they choose their teammates and they say how much they hate each other. It's time for the match. 33, I really thought this one would get over 40. Well, in a battle that had great heat and decent wrestling, Hollywood, the Outlanders, and Fear One defeated Mount Fiji, Scarlett, Tara, Sally the Farmer's Daughter, and Amy the Farmer's Daughter in 10 minutes 20. And we know the level of elimination. And we had Little Fiji accidentally hit Mount Fiji. So it ended up with, let's have a look, who was the last one? And finally, anything sticking out here, negatively or positively? Everybody's decidedly average. Mount Fiji 37, that's not really leading the company kind of ratings here. The crowd, though, is hot and rising. They do like these kind of matches, despite this one not getting higher there. Okay, well, increasing the crowd heat, that's all we can ask for. We are pinning a lot on this main event. Good, in a good 6-minute interview, it took place. There was an interview with the Colonel in Ninochka, where Jim Cornette was the interviewer, and she's telling us all about how Tina Ferrari, she's like, in my country, we do not reward the rich with wealth. Expensive cars like Ferraris, Mercedes, BMW, we all drive Lada, and we love it. And the segment advanced, and Jim Cornette was fantastic, and the crowd is now white hot. So this is kind of how you want to have it as a show. We'd like to have a small peak earlier on, and then cool it down, but we've kind of been slow, getting up, heating, and then straight to white hot. So it's kind of a slow one, and then we're hoping that the peak is going to get the segment over. And the main event of the evening, in a bout that had fantastic heat and decent wrestling, Ashley Cartier defeated Caroline Ninochka, Spanish Red, and Tina Ferrari in 11 minutes 48. And the order, which was set before, was Tina was first. And that creates two bad guys with one good girl. And of course, it's going to be a little bit of a surprise to the fans who have been following the product. It's like, well, Tina's she's the figurehead. She's eliminated first, so I think she's not going to win the belt tonight. Meaning the two heels try to gang up now on Ashley Cartier, and then they fail, knock into each other, quick roll up of Ashley Cartier on Spanish Red, meaning that it's Ashley and Ninochka as the last two, and they go all out. And the crowd is buzzing very hot at the end. Each and every storyline gained heat through this match. And the winner, for the first time, Ashley Cartier wins the Glow Crown. Let's finish the show. And they increased their popularity in one region. That's obviously because we're not on television with this one. But 480 people. This is the question. Is that going to be enough people to make us financially profitable? So the show was a clear success. Again, the slow burn here. Standing out here is California Doll and her performance here. I mean, with Godiva, give her some respect as well. But I think California Doll is someone who, after this event, while booking the TV next time, I think she's going to be someone in a storyline. To finish the show, Dress the Locker Room. And California Doll, we have to tell us she was amazing. And then, keeping with the C's, the Colonel and Ninochka. These two, I mean, Ashley Cartier did well, she won the belt, but we're going to think who we're going to tell who did the best performance as wrestlers. This is, after all, I know it's Globe, it's a wrestling show. California Doll was pleased, and so was the Colonel. Financial report. Okay, drum roll, please. Did we make a lot of money? Because we don't just have to make a bit of a profit, we have to make a lot of money on this show to kind of wipe out our debts for the last month or two. Okay, so ticket sales were 8,160. Merchandise sold 480. And workers, okay, that was about over half the ticket sales. Show costs, marketing, not too significant. So just under 3,000 in profit. And we're increased now to 31 in the southwest area. No media scrum because we're only a small company. Okay, we made 3,000 as a... and there's David McLean laughing at us from TEW and the thing. So we made some money. Let's see what it says here. Snow and Ice, is that a tag team or what? Oh, in Manitoba. So, Gorgeous Ladies of Wrestling held Path of Destruction last night in Arizona, Leo Ridge Theatre, and drew 480 fans. The feedback has been very positive. It was a good show, apparently. Why had that apparently at the end? I don't know. And we showed the TV as well last night at 34,000. Not great. Matt Fiji is going to AWA. That's also part of the news. So our TV is down. That sucks. My Fiji is only in a handshake deal, so that's okay. Let's look at the roster. $20 a show. We are going to release Zelda. If it wasn't for her amazing new look here with the Shirley Temple gimmick, I mean, she doesn't look terrible here, but I mean, she is kind of terrible. Go ahead. The end of February, I'm going to see what happens at the start of the month in March. And we've got a whole new set of TV tapings in 5 days' time. So that will be interesting to follow. See who we're going to push, what angles we're going to do. I think the California Doll is going to be prominently featured. Okay, so the 1st of March, WWA New Jersey is available. Let's have a look. Workers. Resets. Female workers. Who we want to bring into hire. Although, let's look at news, actually. I can see... Oh my goodness, that's not a good news headline. No goodness, this is a very dark day in wrestling. Okay, intention is to hire. So it's the start of the month, we want to hire some wrestlers. Can work in USA. So there's quite a lot of things we can look at here. Let's just check our finances, and I think we're going to look at who we're going to hire next time. Plan for the TV tapings. But before that one, just check our finances. Just check. Okay, so even after everything we did last time, we lost money overall. 1,424. Again, it's a better loss. But yeah, we have to find a way to make money on this one, on this deal. Otherwise, we will not be able to survive. Our size, okay, we've got 31 here. The next size is going to be small at 35 in the southwest. That could happen. But it won't happen on this show. So we are going to see you next time for more Glow on TEW and beyond.